Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. So, lots of news to talk about. More in particular, people going after CM Punk after a dumb fucking decision that Mick Foley wanted to make on his own behalf. I'm not understanding this point whatsoever, or why this has to extend over to CM Punk. It's so fucking stupid. So I already made a community post about this, but I'll reiterate it again just in case you guys missed it. Mick Foley ended up putting this out. I don't know where he posted this at. I'm gonna presume it's on Blue Sky or something like that, because Mick Foley seems like that kind of guy. Maybe it could be on his Instagram, it could be on his it doesn't matter, right? He makes this post: parting ways with WWE. While I have been concerned about WWE's close relationship with Donald Trump for several months, especially in light of his administration's ongoing cruel and inhumane treatment of immigrants, and pretty much anyone who looks like an immigrant, reading the president's incredibly cruel comments in the wake of Rob Reiner's death is the final straw for me. Pause for a second. So let me see if I understand this. Let me see if we have our priorities in check, and this is how Mick Foley's thinking right now. So the entire time Trump was president, you had a problem with his immigration policy, right? More particular to the extent where you're calling it inhumane and cruel. I just want to see if I got this right. You sat on this forever with Trump being president, not once, but twice, with the same mindset in regards to immigration, ramped up just more over the past year or so with ICE. This whole entire time you were okay with the inhumane treatment and the cruelty. This entire year so far, Trump's been president the entire year. You hated that. Hated all the things about Trump and all this stuff, right? Right? Enough for you to ignore for a whole fucking year, and the final straw was Rob Reiner dying? Rob Reiner dying was the final straw, but not the cruel and inhumane treatment to immigrants. That's what I'm saying. All of this shit is performative. Do you hear what the fuck he's saying? Never mind the fact that a person passing away was the final straw for you to do something about a president that you've always hated this entire time, who's been cohabiting with WWE since, I don't know, the fucking 80s. Never mind that for a second. Your final straw came after the inhumane and cruelty done to the shit writes itself. I no longer wish to represent a company that coddles a man so seemingly void of compassion as he marches our country towards autocracy. Last night, I informed WWE Talent Relations that I would not be making any appearances for the company as long as this man remains in office. Oh, you're sure as hell telling them right now, Mick. Oh, the Jägermeister himself, right? Additionally, I will not be signing a new Legends deal when my current one expires in June. I love WWE, will always treasure my time with them, and I am deeply appreciative for all the opportunities they afforded me. But, in the words of Popeye the Sailor Man, I stands all I can stands, and I can't stands no more. Never quote Popeye, you fucking cuck. But, hang on for a second. You're still signed with the company for another half a year? Way to take a stand there, Micker! As if he can't go behind you dumb fucks back and call WWE up and go, hey, about that, that whole thing I was talking about in regards to leaving the company because you guys are in bed with Donald Trump. Yeah, can we think about that for a second? We don't have to put anything out there. We could just talk amongst each other. What a fucking performative artist. You're not even fucking up and quitting outright. It's, I'm going to let my contract expire in June. So you most likely still get the residuals from all of your merchandise, but then you get to just put aside the appearances, if you're even making appearances that much on behalf of WWE as is. Like, get the fuck out of here. All of this shit is completely fucking performative, bro. On top of the fact of, like, dude, no one cares. No one cares. To the degree of, like, I don't know, what? No, Mick, don't go. We miss seeing you on television. Now, obviously, I'm a huge Mick Foley fan. A diehard Mick Foley fan. He's in my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, right? Fucking love Cactus Jack, fucking love Mankind, and I especially love, shit, I had it backwards, so, fucking love Mankind, and especially love Cactus Jack. Said it backwards there for a second. I fucking love Mick Foley, and I wish he can still do it in the ring. But buddy, you haven't been able to do it in the ring for like over 15 years. And you haven't been able to do it in a WWE ring for nearly 20 years. I'm kind of way past that point of you getting back in the ring again. So what the fuck of value is missing? What the fuck of value is missing? What are you talking about? But, of course, people seen what Mick Foley said, and of course, and I kind of figured this was going to be the case. I kind of figured they were going to go towards this point sooner rather than later. But of course, and there's plenty of posts out there circulating around the interwebs, but I want to focus on one in particular, right? This guy, Peter Meter, he says, mind you, this is coming off of the post of Mick Foley. He says, meanwhile, the voice of the voiceless. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, absolutely. And of course, we have to get some of the reactions from some of the fans out there who want to say outright that Mick Foley is taking a stand by still being with the company till June and getting money for his merchandise and his likeness, most likely. But he's still taking a stand against autocracy, even though the president has been president for a year, and apparently he's been seeing all the bad stuff that he's been doing, and now he's taking a stand. Never mind the fact that this is his second term, and Mick most likely got money from the same policies that Trump has already administered during his first run, where he took money from the company originally. Never mind the fact that he's been in the pockets of WWE for nearly 40 years now. Never mind the fact that you had WWE who are outwardly fucking Republican to the degree where you would have them bury fucking everybody on the fucking Democrat side whenever any kind of president debate or forum or elections were coming up. Go look at Al Gore in 2000. They are actively burying him. Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler are actively burying Al Gore consistently on commentary during 2000. Where were your points then, Mick? Huh? Anybody? People who are going up to CM Punk? This guy says, Saudi money will have the straight edge doing lines. And to be fair, that was a good one. I ain't gonna lie. I fucking like that. That was a whippersnapper right there. But this guy says, CM Punk, my guy, but he's a fraud. He just cares about the money. Oh, you mean that he's an adult? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, the man's an adult. That's what us adults do. We want to get paid. We kind of like, to take money that we work for and get paid because we made money to apply our trade. As opposed to what, by the way? Like, as opposed to what? Punk going back to AEW? Huh? Maybe TNA can offer him a bunch of fucking money. What are you people even talking about? Do you even hear yourselves? This guy says, CM Punk has a chip on his shoulder. He's always wanted the Cena spot. After main eventing WrestleMania, pretty sure he wants more. Yeah, the guy wants his legacy to be extended and he wants to make more money in the process. And he's going to completely ignore WWE and their politics by focusing on himself and his career and the things that directly impact him in his life, and not his pockets. Golly gee willikers, folks. Again, it's like CM Punk's a fucking adult. I work for a company that went out of its way to support the Democratic mayor in my town. Do I hold it against my company, AAR, because they supported the mayor of my town, fundraised for them and everything? No, because I have a job to do and I don't give a fuck about my company's politics. Like I said plenty of times before, 99.9% of my friends and family are all Democrats. Do I have to now say, oh, they don't believe in the same thing I believe? That means they are a dishonor to my name personally. Like, Who are these? Why are these people so fucking selfish who are so extreme in their fucking viewpoints? You people are so fucking selfish. Like, you guys actually treat politics like it's the new fucking religion. Not everybody's going to breathe. Not everyone's going to sleep. Not everyone's going to die. And damn sure no one's going to lose money over their fucking values where it doesn't outright attack them. Like, hurt them. Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, what are you fucking talking? But that's fine, right? That's okay. You want to talk about fucking hypocrites? Let's talk about the biggest hypocrites of them all if you want to go there. Mr. Jim Cornette says, I don't think Mick Foley's on Twitter or I tag him, but I want to state publicly that while I always liked him, he has just become my favorite person in the world. I wish all the boys had his backbone and more importantly, his morals. Is this the same guy? This is the same man. This is your man's, right? This is the same guy who actively said he thought Mick Foley was being ridiculous when he started to protest over the Montreal screw job. Yeah, folks, I'm older than fucking 2 years old. And I remember these things. I remember Jim Cornette saying, Mick Foley, you are retarded. Because Bret Hart makes a lot of money. And he's going to make a lot more money at WCW. Why are you putting your job in jeopardy for a guy who's going to make more money at another company? That's what Jim Cornette says. Don't believe me? Let me play it for you right about here.
Mick Foley, I've said this many times, the nicest guy in the wrestling business, too nice to be in the wrestling business, didn't come to TV in Ottawa, was upset I love you, Cactus, but you were upset that a promoter would fuck one of the boys. That's like being upset that Jenna Jameson would take one up the ass. It's unheard of. Point being, I had to, of course, call Cactus and say, please come. Well, it just wasn't right. I said, no, Cactus, it wasn't right. I said, it wasn't right. The guy making $1.5 million a year got screwed out of his fake wrestling title, so he's going to go make $2.5 million. And the guy that fucking helped screw him, because Shawn and Helmsley knew it, they were in on it, because, of course, they were the backup in case Brett really did try to beat him up and they couldn't get him out of the way in time. The guy that screwed the guy that's going to make $2.5 million is going to make his fucking almost $1 million, and he's going to be the champion. And you're sitting at home. Are they going to send you your check, your show of solidarity? Come on. He said, well, I guess they aren't. And he was back the next day. But it shows he was right in moral theory if this was a fucking, pure babyface heel situation, but this was a heel program.
But when it's relevant and when it's politically convenient to what Jim Cornette wants, then he's a smart guy. Oh, Devontae, are you comparing the president and Mick Foley and Bret Hart? Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm not comparing the positions. I'm comparing the way this guy attacked one position, and yet he doesn't take that same thought process when looking at another position. Yes, I'm equating the actual, position, not the position of the president and the wrestler, but the positions taken by the person who is using logic in one sense, but when it's actually affecting it in the same manner, not taking that same logic and pursuing it in a different situation, even though it's the same thing. One guy is protesting two different entities because he believes those two different entities are in the wrong, and he's protesting it. That's what I'm saying. And you saying this one thing that he's protesting makes him a retard because that guy is still going to flourish. But this thing where this company is going to flourish, this guy is smart because he protests this thing. It makes no sense. It makes no logical, consistent sense. But it never has to make any sense. None of these people ever have to stand next to their virtues. They are not principled at all. But Jim Cornette also made another comment. Of course he did, right? This guy ended up saying, Mick Foley is known for taking more hits to the head than any pro wrestler. Mick Foley is also the most liberal pro wrestler. Draw your conclusions. 1, no, he's not the most liberal pro wrestler. 2, I don't even really say that's a liberalism. Like I said, that's more of a progressive thing. Mick Foley is a progressive. He is not a liberal. And 3, I don't really want to say that. That's kind of stupid. I mean, taking more heads to the head equates you to being a liberal. Nah, that's just partisan bullshit talking there. But I get the joke. I know it's a joke. Calm down, folks. I know it's a joke. Want to hear a bigger joke? Jim Cornette ended up responding. My conclusion is that he's smarter than your entire weirdo fascist, there you go, cult, and has principles, because that's what fascists do, right? Fascists have people like Elon Musk running a platform where you get to shit on his guy by saying that the president is a fascist. Which, by the way, Mr. Jim Cornette, Mick Foley has a lot of backbone. Yeah, you're still on Twitter. You're on Twitter, where the guy who owns the platform, you know, he kind of helped that guy that you hate so much get elected. By the way, like I said, a lot of fascism going on, and you participating in the fascism by being on that same platform that guy who got the president elected allows you to be on. So much fascism, right? No. It definitely wasn't a fascist thing before Elon took over, where everybody and their mom was being censored if they even showed a tinge of anything outside of progressivism. No. None of those things are considered fascism. Hiding fucking accounts and then having those accounts magically sprout out of nowhere and having their fucking followers magically sprout out of nowhere when they're being told that they're going to be taken over by Elon Musk. No. Real fascism is what the guy, Mr. Orange Man Bad, is doing currently at the moment. Yeah, that's real fascism, right? Imagine how damaged your brains must be to still believe the depth of depravity and bullshit you have mirrored yourself into. Or mired, I guess. Whatever. Mired, whatever. Yourself in. No, sir. No. Now, like I said, I don't like tribalism, so I think that guy's a retard just as much as I think you're a retard. But this is what I'm saying. It's one retard on the MAGA side versus the other retard on the progressive side. That's what we're dealing with here. And I find it very funny too, right? So much hypocrisy, so much double standards. When you say that backbone comment, Mr. Jim Cornette, surely that applies to CM Punk as well, right? Huh? Now, mind you, this is not me going after CM Punk. Completely agree. CM Punk should keep making money because it's his fucking job to make money as a wrestler when plying his trade and not caring about the company and what they do on their own personal time. Ignore that for a second. Mr. Jim Cornette. So if Mick Foley has a lot of backbone for doing what he's doing, surely you're saying CM Punk is a dumb fuck, he's a cuck, he's a loser, he's working for WWE underneath the fascist boot of WWE, right? Is that what you're saying, right? Because clearly Mick Foley has backbone and CM Punk doesn't, right? You're not making any sense. I love how all these people who have nothing to lose can talk all this shit like they're taking a stand and say that the guy who should be on their side, who has everything to fucking lose, yeah, he should definitely just throw that all away, because what he's going to do when he throws it all away is going to make a complete difference, right? Like, you people are ridiculous. You're absolutely ridiculous, from the double standards, from the hypocrisy, from the unrealistic positions you think a person is supposed to take at the behest of your fucking cringe ideology that is doing literally nothing at all as far as your little mini protest online, saying that the final straw is a guy dying who talked shit about Donald Trump, hence why he responded. Whether you agree or disagree, I understand why Trump did it. I disagree that a president should hold themselves to that decorum, but I understand, and there's a reason why it came from Trump's mouth. Retarded, but there's a reason. It's not like he just said this out of nowhere. Versus, scratching my head right now, you guys constantly deflecting on a consistent basis literally everything that your cult did when going after Charlie Kirk. Gonna keep bringing it up over and over again. The cruelty, the depravity, oh my God, what he's doing to these immigrants. Just ignore what Obama was doing with the cages and the pictures of the kids in cages like 10 years ago. Ignore all that, okay? Focus on the cruelty that Donald Trump is doing right now. Focus on the inhumane things that Donald Trump is doing right now while I'm still working for this company that's siding with Donald Trump and the inhumane No, but my final straw is a guy who attacked Donald Trump, and Donald Trump responded in kind, and because he's dead, Donald Trump is not supposed to do those kind of things, and therefore that's my final straw. A guy who clapped back at another guy who talked shit about him is my final straw, not the cruelty or the inhumane of children who are in cages, just like in the Obama administration. Wait, are they in cages? I don't even know. You guys are so full of shit. The baloney. It's spoiled. The baloney is fucking spoiled. Fuck out of here. My name is Millennial Oh my God. Sorry. I'm getting hives. I'm getting bullshit hives. Almost choked on it, right? All right. Got to get this over. Have to go to the hospital. I'm getting bullshit hives. My name is Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you guys later. Deuces and Pete. I'm breaking out right now. I'm breaking out. I'm fucking breaking out.